Hey guys, it's Krusty Formula here, and today I'm going to be showing off my 2019 PC and console setup. The three main pieces involved are my Nintendo Switch, my Xbox One X, as well as my PC. If you're interested in seeing more gaming videos as well as gaming setup videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. But without further ado, let's get into the setup. For my main monitor, I used the Dell 24-inch gaming monitor. It has a resolution of 2560 by 1440 with a 165 Hz overclocked refresh rate. This is great for most games as they get really high performance with high frame rates, which makes it incredibly smooth, as well as having a crystal clear image that I really enjoy. And for console gaming, I use the Acer 27-inch 4K monitor. It has a 60 Hz refresh rate, which is great for console gaming. And yeah, I've had it for 2 years and it's had absolutely no issues. Sometimes the colors are a bit muted, but that's something that you can easily get over while looking at it in 4K. But yes, I would really highly recommend this monitor. And for the first console in my setup, I have the Xbox One X. It pairs greatly with my monitor because they both run at 4K. And for most games, it looks absolutely stunning. I've had this one for about 6 months now, and I've had no issues with it at all. It is great. I also use a Nintendo Switch for my 4K monitor. Even though it can only run at 1080p, it's great for party games and other Nintendo titles, and it's something I really enjoy. It's kind of a guilty pleasure console. I don't usually play any games that are too competitive on it, but it's definitely a great time for sure. And for my PC, this is actually a custom-made PC I built myself. It has an i5 Intel processor with a PNY 1070 Ti graphics card. It also has 16 gigabytes of RAM with a Cooler Master CPU cooler. I actually spent quite a bit of money on this. I think it cost me about $1,200 when I built it last September. And this PC has ran me really well. I have had little to no issue with it. It runs most games pretty well. I really enjoy the amount of frames and resolution I can actually pump out of this thing, especially for competitive games. I can get a lot of frames, which can actually put me one step ahead of the competition, which definitely helps when playing games like Overwatch or Rainbow Six Siege. Those are games that can actually really benefit from having a more powerful console. So yeah, that will be my PC. Now it's time to go into some of the peripherals that I have for my PC. For my keyboard, I have the Black Widow Chroma Elite. It is a very good keyboard. I definitely enjoy it. It has mechanical switches, which makes it very clicky and makes it so it's not sticky when playing games, and it's easier to press the buttons. I use keys for that point, but easier to press the keys, which makes it easier to, in games like Fortnite, to be able to throw up builds quicker, as well as be able to just run around and do everything else easier. And there's also other benefits to having a keyboard like this. With it being mechanical, it's easier to do typing, which is good if I were to do a school project on this, which sometimes my PC has to double as a school machine. So yes, this is a very good keyboard I have. It cost me about $200 when I got it for Christmas. So yeah, now onto my mouse. And for my mouse, I have the Razer DeathAdder Elite. I find this mouse very comfortable. It has a very clicky feel when you click the mouse itself. But when you also click the two side buttons, that feels very good as well. And since it only has two, I find that very easy to have some keys binded to it, which is very useful for, in most games, I have one as my melee and one as my push to talk. This is very easy. It's a lot easier than having to reach your hand somewhere else on the keyboard and press another key. And I find this very enjoyable. One thing I also left out of when I was talking about my keyboard is the actual chroma effects of the mouse and keyboard. And since these are all one thing, the Razer Chroma actually provides a way to be able to customize different light settings for your mouse and keyboard, and pretty much any way you like. You can do different animations like spin as well as fade, which you can really personalize your mouse and keyboard to just the way you like. I personally just like it to have a chroma effect, and then the regular one where it just goes through all the colors, because I really do like to get to see all of the different colors that it has to provide, because there is actually quite a few. So I'd say this mouse and keyboard setup is definitely a very good and also affordable one. Razer also has some cheaper keyboards, so if you don't want to go all out with the Black Widow Elite, you don't have to. You can always go for something cheaper on their website. But overall, I definitely would recommend this mouse and keyboard setup. And finally, for my mouse pad, I have the Razer Goliath. With this mouse pad, I definitely do like having a bigger surface area. It leaves for me personally being able to lower my sensitivity, which I do prefer, so I can actually aim more with my arm and less with my wrist, which me personally I find more accurate when I'm playing games that require high amounts of precision. And yeah, it wasn't very expensive. I think at around $30. I've had it since around October, and it is yet to fray or have any issues with having any smudges or anything like that on it. So overall, I feel like this was a very good purchase and a very integral part of my setup and how I play. And yeah, so that about does it for that part, the mouse and keyboard setup. And now on to how I record videos with my. And I also have for my webcam, an HD 1080p Logitech Pro webcam. This webcam is good for things like streaming and doing face cam. Having this around is definitely going to prove useful in the future for some of my future videos. And overall, it's definitely a very good webcam. You can definitely go more expensive or less expensive when it comes to webcams. This one cost me about $40, so I don't think it was too bad. And now on to my other parts of my PC setup. I have LED lights. I feel like that bring the whole setup really together. I go for a blue aesthetic, which definitely looks awesome when I have the lights off. And that's why my PC's LEDs are also turned to blue, because I feel like having the whole blue aesthetic to the room definitely finishes it off and gives it a really nice touch. So now I'm going to leave you guys off with one final pan to see everything in its glory with the lights off, so you can see all the lights and gizmos in their full effect. And so thanks guys for watching, like and subscribe, and see you guys later. Peace.